Hey everybody, it's Thursday, means it's time for your Thursday Thought, and I wanted to talk about inventory. And yes, if you've been following the real estate market at all, you know that nationally speaking, our inventory is low, and that locally speaking, here in the Pikes Peak region, our inventory is very low. I want to share some national numbers with you, and I'm sharing these numbers because I often get the question, well, why is inventory so low? Why aren't the builders building? And so we're really going to talk about new construction here. So the answer to this question actually goes back, a decade and a half to right before the Great Recession in 2005, 6, 7, when we were building a lot of homes. Now, for context's sake, it is generally accepted that we as a nation need to build about 1 million homes a year to keep up with the demand for our new housing. So in 2005, we as a nation built 1.7, a little over 1.7 million new homes in the U.S. And then in 2006, we built 1.475 million new homes. And then we saw a pretty big jump down to just over 1 million. And then in 2008, 616,000. And then it went 442,000, 471, 434,000. In 2011, we've been slowly climbing back then. But the reality is in the Great Recession, a lot of builders were simply overextended. They were building like crazy, and they were, ultimately they were caught with all of this money borrowed and unable to pay back when the economy kind of tanked due to all of the bad loans that were out there. And so when you look at this graph, and if you were to remember that 1 million homes built per year, where it's kind of what we need to do to keep up with demand, we are literally millions of homes short, hundreds of thousands of homes short, year after year after year after year, all the way up until 2020, when we built 1 million homes again for the first time since 2007. And so nationally speaking, the builders just simply haven't caught up with the Great Recession, and so that's ultimately why we're seeing nationally this home shortage. That is in part why we are seeing this shortage. So to kind of reference what I said in last week's Thursday Thought, is that here in the Pikes Peak region, the Pikes Peak Regional Building Department issued 431 new permits for future single-family homes, and that was up 21% over January of 2020, and that was January's number. So ultimately, we are building here, and I think the builders are building just about as fast as they can, and we are building, I think, hundreds of homes per month. But we are there's such a shortage that we're still going to be a couple more years of catch up, I think, until we kind of hit that equilibrium. I want to share just two more numbers with you. I think on a national, so everyone says that 6 months supply of homes is a balanced market. And 6 months supply basically means that, hey, at the current consumption rate, if we didn't add any more homes to our inventory list, we would consume the amount of homes that we have in 6 months. Nationally speaking, in January of 2021, there was like 3.1 months supply nationally. And here locally in the Pikes Peak region, I want to say we're at 1.5 or 1.6 months supply. So we're half of the national average, which is half of what we would consider a balanced market. So inventory is just super, super tight. I'm not saying that as a negative thing. I mean, it's a great thing if you're a seller. It's a hard thing if you're a buyer. It's more of an educational piece for you, and also kind of an educational piece of why we find ourselves in this situation. So anyway, I know this is kind of a longer video. Hope that you are doing well, and if I can be of assistance in any way, shape, or form, I'd of course be happy to. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Thursday Thought, and we'll see you next week on next week's Thursday Thought. Ciao.